Now we have the probability of occurrence for every possible daily demand. Based on the probabilities here, we can create the cumulative probability in a new column. The cumulative probability is simply the sum of probabilities up to a certain outcome. For example, the cumulative probability for daily demand 0 is simply 0.1, which is the probability for this outcome itself. The cumulative probability for daily demand 1 is 0.25, which is the sum of these two numbers. The cumulative probability for demand 2 is 0.45, which is the sum of these three numbers. Or equivalently, it's this number plus this number. Give you one more example. Cumulative probability for demand 3 is 0.75, which is the sum of these four numbers, or equivalently, it's this number plus this number. Okay, I guess you get the idea. You will see why we need cumulative probability later. But from here, how can we simulate the daily demand? Well, in the following, I'm going to explain the fundamental concept for simulating an uncertainty. So sit down tight and pay attention here. Let me first create a line. Here is 0, here is 1. So the line is 1 unit long. I'm going to create marks to divide this line into 6 buckets. Each bucket will represent a possible daily demand. I'm going to create the first mark here so that the length of this first bucket is 0.1. This first bucket represents the daily demand of 0. I'm going to create another mark here so that the width of the second bucket is 0.15. This bucket represents the daily demand of 1. I can keep doing this. In the end, I will have 6 buckets. The length of each bucket is simply the probability of the daily demand it represents. I'm going to note the location of each mark as well. The location of the first mark is 0.1, which is just 0 plus 0.1. The location of the second mark is 0.25, which is 0.1 plus 0.15. The location of the next mark is 0.45, which is 0.25 plus 0.2. Okay, so I can keep doing that and identify the location of every mark in this way. Now, take a look at the location of these marks. They are simply the cumulative probabilities over here. So how do I simulate the daily demand from here? Let's pretend that I have a magical device that will give me a number between 0 and 1 with equal probability. In other words, any number between 0 and 1 is equally likely to be generated by this device. Okay, with this magical device, let's suppose this magical device give me a number, and let's say that number is 0.34. Okay, and this number happens to be between 0.25 and 0.45. So in other words, this number actually falls into this bucket, and as a result, I'm going to claim the simulated demand is 2. Let me give you another example. Let's suppose this magical device now give me a different number, and it is 0.554. Okay, and this number, as you can see, is between in this range. So I'm going to conclude that my simulated demand is 3. In other words, the probability that this magical device generates a number between 0.45 and 0.75 is exactly 0.3. That's why when I see a generated number that is between this range, I will say the simulated demand is 3, just for example. Okay, so conceptually, this is how you generate how you simulate an uncertainty based on the probability and also cumulative probabilities.